Hi guys, OB Dave here.
And I am Ash.
Together we are OB Dave and I am Ash.
Yes.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing.
I'm going to reach over and grab something over there, even though I'm in pain because I've fractured a rib. It is time for my personal of comedy. I'll just put that out there.
If you've been with us long enough, you know exactly who he's talking about without us even introducing him.
If you've clicked on the video, you know, because you've seen it in the title.
I suppose, yeah. Thumbnail and all that.
Yeah. This is from Bill Burr's latest special. Okay. It's live at Red Rocks. And it's kind of an outdoor amphitheatre that backs onto these sort of, literally Red Rocks.
Oh,
and it's
cool.
It's a huge venue. Absolutely just hilarious. Like, a lot of people say he's gone soft. You know, and people say that since he's got older he's mellowed, which he has, and he's addressed it in interviews and stuff, because now he's married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot of therapy for his anger issues and stuff. So in some ways he has mellowed, but this is just one of those bits that backs up he's just Bill Burr still. It will always be Bill Burr. His level of comedy is always going to be up there. For me, one of the best comics in the world. Probably the best comic.
Okay.
High acclaim. I hope I've not oversold this bit like I did with Patrice's first bit that we reacted to.
The second bit was better. Like you sort of led me in on a too soft an entry. Like I'm not, like we discussed in the last reaction with Key and Peele. You prefer me to
go in hard, don't you?
Belzinger. But I'm obviously, Dave and I have very different tastes in comedy, and I struggle sometimes with the sort of on the edge of being offensive kind of comedy. Like, I struggle with it because I just get anxious. I just feel like, oh my god,
that's why it's so
I'm more
fun.
High energy. Like, I like silly sort of comedy, like Lee Evans.
I was thinking the long game with Patrice, and I was like, I really want you to enjoy listening to a bit, and then you'll be open to doing more. But I oversold it.
Yeah.
That was the problem. If I would have kept my mouth shut, you probably would have gone, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I hadn't hyped it up so much, and then I should have just gone straight in for one of the... Yeah.
You did with Bill Burr, so I don't understand why you did it with Patrice.
I don't know why I did it. I just kind of... Because Patrice was such... He's, again, up there, like one of the best. Yeah. And, you know, unfortunately isn't around anymore. I was like, I need you to like Patrice.
I get that. But you shouldn't want me to like things. The whole point is for me to react, isn't it? It's to show my true feelings.
Yeah, but I just want to do more Patrice. That's why. I don't want you. I don't want it being like a certain rapper that we don't react to anymore.
Who's that? Is that the one that irritated me really badly and really went straight to Patreon because I got really sassy? I really did not like him.
Anyway, we are going to do a bit of Bill Burr.
Okay.
Women failed the WNBA.
And you said this is just a still?
It's just a still.
Okay.
There's no... I don't know why, but it's just... This is what it is.
Maybe someone just had their phone out and recording the sound.
It's a still of the special, but I think the audio is from the special.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, the WNBA is the women's NBA, the basketball.
Or maybe it's coming out on DVD, so they couldn't release it.
It's on Netflix.
Oh.
It came out on Netflix straight. I think they maybe commissioned the special.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, regardless, are you ready for it?
I am.
Bill Burr, women failed the WNBA.
Okay. What is the WNBA?
I literally just told you that.
I didn't get it. What's the WNBA?
The women's NBA. Basketball.
Okay. I get it. Sorry.
Rewind about 30 seconds. It's literally, you were looking at me glazed over all of a second.
Because I'm thinking about the eyebrow hair.
Let's do it.
A couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand, how come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes? Right? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, I don't know. Why is that? That is a conundrum. I have no idea. Literally, I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets. Nobody is going to women's soccer games. You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night. The promoter lost his fucking ass on that gig. I'm not saying no professional female athletes, Serena Williams, the women in the UFC, you know, but nobody's watching your fucking sport. And then you're gonna come and you're gonna get mad at fucking men. They keep doing that shit. Why are you yelling at us? It's not our fucking job. It's not my fucking job to give a fuck about women's soccer, okay? I have men's sport to pay attention to. It's your bullshit, right? Dude, look at the WNBA. Dude, nobody in the WNBA got COVID. Nobody. They have been playing in front of 300 to 400 people a night for a quarter of a century. Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a fucking league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? That place should...
Right, we're gonna put a pause in. Just for context.
Like I said, this is the frustrating thing with him, is he winds me up, but he actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
and it's true. It's
toes
exactly.
that line
it's
perfectly.
like, didn't they recently increase the wages of some of the female soccer players? I can't remember which country it was.
It's in America.
And it actually like almost bankrupted the club because they couldn't afford it or something.
I think what happened is they said, we're not happy with what we're being paid. We want the same percentage of like revenue as the men get.
Yeah.
And I think it became a wage decrease for the America women's football team, because actually they were getting paid more than they were supposed to get paid versus the revenue they were generating for the league.
Oh.
So I think they actually got a pay decrease. I don't know if that got overturned or what. The thing you're saying about the WNBA, it runs at a loss every year, the women's NBA.
Oh, wow.
And it's fully subsidised by the NBA. So basically the male game sells loads of tickets, generates loads of revenue, and they give money to the WNBA
but is
to be a
that
thing.
not... And I'm just being devil's advocate.
Be devil's advocate, it's fine.
Is that not because they don't advertise as much women's sports as they advertise men's? Come on, like every newspaper, it always talks about the male side of the sport. Sorry, it's true. And really, the only time they ever talk about women's sport is like, say, tennis or horse riding or gymnastics or ballet. And that's...
Ballet?
Yeah. It's a sport. Why do you not...
Ballet's not a sport.
Chess is classed as a sport. It's in the Olympics.
I don't know about that.
Darts is classed as a sport.
But like darts is a real man's sport. But like he said, if it's been around for 25 plus years or whatever, the WNBA, people know it's there. The women know it's there.
Do they? I didn't know what it was.
Well, that's a fault of the WNBA then, isn't it? They have to work harder to recruit some young women to watch it.
Or they're not being given
You're
the opportunity.
6'1", you should know what they do. And you're African. I'm surprised you don't play in the WNBA.
How would I have played in the WNBA in Zimbabwe?
You're 6'1" African.
I did play basketball, but I hated it. It was boring. Sorry.
None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? That place should be packed with feminists. Faces painted, wearing jerseys, flashing their titties. Going fucking nuts like the guys do. In the upper deck with their big beer titties. Am I on the Jumbotron? Am I doing it? Yeah.
I hope he's got his shirt off right now.
You didn't. None of you went to the fucking games. None of you. You failed them. Not me. Not men. Women failed the WNBA. Ladies, name your top 5 all-time WNBA players of all time. Come on. That's it. Name 5 WNBA teams. Name the WNBA team in your fucking city. You can't do it.
So
you
talk about it.
Don't give a fuck about them. They play night in and night out in front of nobody. It's a fucking tragedy. Right? And then meanwhile, you look at the Kardashians, they're making billions. You look at those Real Housewife shows, they're making money hand over fist, because that's what women are watching. And the money listens.
Because it's drama.
You don't want to watch this shit? You watch this shit? They just shoot it over there, drowning these whores in money. In purses, in shoes, in Botox. It's just raining. It's raining money. Yeah. So, the money listens. You'd rather watch that shit. Real Housewives, bunch of women just tearing each other down.
I do.
Well, maybe that's why your husband left you. Maybe that's why your husband left. That's why you can't have kids, bitch. That's why your ass is as flat as your titties, bitch, right? That's the message you sent. We would rather watch that than see a bunch of women come together as a team and try to achieve a common goal. We would rather watch them absolutely fucking destroy each other. Yeah. No. And then in the end, you come back and you fucking yell at guys. And it's like, all right, so let me get this straight. I have to buy you a drink, stop the axe murderer from coming through the fucking window, and I have to watch WNBA games for you? Like, when are you gonna pick up your end of the couch?
Oh my God, he makes me so angry, but he makes me laugh at the same time.
That's it.
He's the most confusing comic you've ever introduced me to. There's so much of that, like, there's parts I totally agree with, and then there's other parts it's like, no, because you're being so narrow-minded about it because you're making a joke out of it, and I know he's doing it on purpose for the sort of the comedic sort of stance of it, and he doesn't actually think like that.
So which part do you disagree with?
A lot of it.
Go on. Name one.
Like, not all women just watch Kardashians. I'm sorry.
No, but it's generalising in a way that...
And it's also a lot of men actually watch Kardashians because...
Those men aren't watching sports either, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that. But like I said, I know he's doing it for sort of comedic
I think the point he's trying to make, though, is men get behind men's sports. And there's a lot of money in men's sports because people go to it.
Yeah.
And the majority of women don't get behind women's sports.
And
if they did, there'd be loads of money in it, and the women would be real stars like they deserve to be when they're playing at the highest level of their sport.
And this is where I say I agreed with that part of it, but then that's why I said on the other side of it, is there not a bigger reason behind that? Like how long women have been held back and it was wrong for women to be in sports. Like you heard about the first marathon runner in New York. Like everyone tried to stop her. She was being assaulted on the whole run.
It was like the 50s or something.
But still, a lot of that still hasn't changed. Like
I
people
think
get teased for watching women's sports because like, oh, what's wrong with you watching women's sports? And like the thing he mentioned with UFC, the only reason people watch that is because women beating the shit out of each other. And
no, those women are absolute
beasts. Yeah, they are amazing. Don't get me wrong, and I agree with that.
And they throw down. And when you see, I sometimes find it hard to watch when they're absolutely bloodied and bruised. But tennis. I've been to Wimbledon and I've watched the women play at Wimbledon, and it's great.
But more men watch the female UFC than women watch it. So what he's saying contradicts because he's saying it should be women that should be watching all these sports.
Yeah, but then women are always lower on the card on the UFC. Maybe if more women went out to watch the UFC, the women would be higher up in the evening.
But it's not everybody's, not every woman's thing to watch someone beat the shit out of each other.
I think what he's saying is the feminists don't get to moan about it if they're not willing to put their money where their mouth is and buy tickets and go and support women.
And that's why I said I get it. It's just I don't agree with every part of it. There's a lot more to it, and I know he's doing it for a comedic sort of thing.
That's literally what he does.
But he grinds my gears.
It's like the example I always go to is the Formula One used to have the sort of half-naked women that were on the
pit girls.
Pit girls, yeah. That's the one. And it was a feminist sort of movement to stop the pit girls because it was misogynistic.
Oh yeah, and the girls said, please don't.
Yeah, the girls said, you're just putting us out of work.
Well, yeah.
And then the Formula One bowed to peer pressure. They got rid of all the pit girls, and essentially a load of feminists got together and put a load of women out of work.
I know.
That had their dream job, and that's what they wanted to do.
I know.
And it's like, how does that work? How's that supporting women?
I absolutely agree with that, and the feminism side of things has gone a little bit askewed, while women are trying to settle into a bit of an equality role, and I agree with that. But that's normal sort of human behaviour. So we go through these phases where you're trying to understand how it all works and where to fit in. And you get groups of people who overthink things and go, oh, it must be all like this and all like this. And then other groups of people that feel different. It's like women in gyms being told to not wear like scantily clad outfits and things.
I don't think anyone says that.
There's been a few things where women have been asked to leave gyms because they're wearing a sports top that's showing their midriff.
But that might just be the rules of the private business, that we don't want.
But men can walk around with their shirts off.
No, men can't walk around with their shirts off at the gym.
You've seen some of the things that some of the men wear in the gyms.
I think that's an exception, not the rule. The vast majority of gyms won't let guys walk around shirtless. I'm fully feminist on that. I think if men are allowed to walk around shirtless, women should be able to as well. I fully support women in that. Free the nip.
Of course you are.
Anyway,
I'm
glad.
Obviously, I got the rant on. I've got irritated.
That's the great thing about Bill Burr, though.
But he does make me laugh. Like I said, he is just an angry bastard that is really funny.
Yeah,
but
he
also
knows it as well.
Really grinds my gears.
Well, that's what he does. Is that style of comedy where it's hard to argue with the logic, but he delivers it in such a way that makes you go, "Oh no, nah, fuck off." But then you actually listen and you go,
But you laugh the whole way through. I can feel you chuckling next to me.
I'm trying not to laugh because my ribs are hurting so
I
much.
know.
But we're done with comedy for the night now, so
Yes. On to some music
on to some music.
before I get more angry and ranty.
Got 3 songs. That's what Bill Burr's
right.
for. That's why he's my favourite comic. I just love the fact that he tells that line.
I truly believe in women power and equality, but yes, there is some skewed views in feminism. I don't disagree with that.
It's anti-woman, a lot of it. But
yes.
I want you to do as good as you possibly can in life. I've got a daughter that I want to do as good as she can possibly do in her life.
I agree.
I want them to have every
She's already
opportunity.
said she wants to go to university to be a scientist.
She wants to be a vet, a scientist, and a YouTuber. So good luck. Anyway,
Sorry, I wanted to be a vet too.
cheers for that one, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Which Bill Burr bit do we do next? There are going to be other comics as well. I think Anthony Jeselnik might be next.
Yeah, subscribe if you like
second.
a sassy me, because that proper got me ranty.
A lot of the comics we react to are going to be towing that line a little bit, and that's why people like to watch it.
Fair enough. Well, subscribe for more.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.